Based on what I'm looking at here, Savjz is playing either Freeze Mage or Fatigue
I think it's
Mage.
Freeze Mage. No, it's Freeze Mage. Why would you play Pyroblast and other types of Mage, right?
Yeah, I don't think it makes any sense unless you're trying to fatigue your opponent, but this is a good matchup for all Rogue. This tends to be a pretty good matchup for them, and Xixo just drops that 2-1, maybe not realizing that he's facing Freeze Mage. I wonder... I mean, that free card. Coin out a ping, get a free card. That's pretty good value, and Xixo's running Cold Blood. Is this Cancer Rogue all over again? I think it is.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, this is a return of Backspace Rogue.
A Noyatron Cold Blood, wow. That's
I love
interesting.
this. Argent Squires, the
So-
Noyatrons, Cold Bloods.
Double Pirates, right? I would
Yeah,
assume.
generally speaking, I mean, this is a type of deck that used to be very prevalent for a while in Backspace. You know, made it more known, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, this is such a weird situation. I feel like Sap Cold Blood is almost good.
Well, Sap... do you want to Sap Loot Hoarder or
You know what I
maybe-
like?
Yeah, what?
I like Sap Cold Blood here, just because it gives you, it forces the opponent to spend 2 turns dealing with an Noyatron, which means she pings, then she can't play something, and then she has a Frostbolt. It's such an awkward spot for the mage.
Yeah, that's true. That's 5 points of attack, which is really huge. Doomsayer. Well, okay.
Oh no! Oh, Xixo! You can't use your Noatron now. Oh man, Savjz has to think this through. Do I want to drop the Doomsayer?
I
and
would
risk
drop it
having
anyway.
removed?
You don't have any way. You have to top deck a Frost Nova.
Yeah,
Next
you
turn
have to get something.
to play the Doomsayer on turn 5. I would rather not count on that.
Well, Savjz says, you know what, I'd rather not get lost on Backstab, and wow, Xixo finds a Cold Light, one of the most important cards in this matchup. You need to get that card draw in the mid-game, especially since Freeze Mage can get punished by you overdrawing them sometimes. Look at this Noyatron, still not killable. He needs to find a Frostbolt off the ping here. He definitely needs to find a Frostbolt.
Iceland.
Or Ice Lance,
That's
Doomsayer.
not bad. Yeah, that's okay.
And now Xixo's gonna find a Sap.
Second set.
You know
Zap. It's Zap. Xixo is German.
Zap?
Yeah.
Is it called Zap in German?
Well, in German you read S as a Z.
Z? Okay.
Yeah.
Zap. I'm gonna zap you. Well, let's see what he does. I mean, he could risk the Cold Light. I don't like it too much.
You
What
think
I
so?
like, though, is...
It's just
sorry,
your
what?
dagger, I think.
Yeah. Well, the thing I like about Lepronome in this matchup is that when the mage thinks that he's about to kill you or protect himself with Ice Block, you drop Lepronome and you forget about it. And then you win.
Oh, double draw. That's not good. Wait, the Mad Scientist just saved the day.
Yeah.
But otherwise, there will be a Loot Hoarder. So, dagger into Loot Hoarder into Cold Light Oracle, right? 3, 6, 7, 8. That will mean 1 burned card.
So here's my question to you, Lothar. Why do so few
I'm
people...
Bono, sorry, I'm Bono.
Yeah, I have a question for you, Bono. Do you too, when you have a Lepronome, drop it on the board immediately? Because I feel like against Freeze Mage, what you want to do is you want to drop the Lepronome as the last card to pop their block by force.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know why every single time I see someone play against mages, they just drop the Lepronome for 2 damage in the mid-game. It seems to be a very common trend.
Yeah,
I'm just,
it basically says to your opponent, when you drop it on a crucial turn, you can't use AoE at all, apart from Frost Nova.
Exactly. So I feel like for that reason, it tends to be a much heavier play. I mean, this is going to be such a pain for Savjz to deal with. Look at this board.
That's 6, 10, 14. That's a huge amount of damage next turn.
Flame Strike is going to have to come out, but
Well,
it's still going to be
Alexstrasza
very
will be
tight.
crucial. So Frost Nova now? No.
Flame Strike
Flame
out?
Strike? Yeah. Has to be.
I guess so. I mean, what are the alternatives? There's really none.
3, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
That is lethal.
Well, there was an ice block.
Is there? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be like, how can he pop it, though? I mean, how can Savjz redeploy and live? It's all about...
So
like, look at that Lepronome. Look at how Lepronome would have been annoying. I guess he wouldn't have popped the block that early then.
Yeah, so...
But him like this, very shy.
He has second ice...
Ice block, yeah.
But it doesn't help against Blade Flurry. So
but he can Alex Straza next turn.
Here. No,
you ice block, Doomsayer.
You can Alex Straza this turn. I think that's the turn when you do it.
No.
No?
No, you ice block, Ice Barrier, Doomsayer, and then you play Alex.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I mean, otherwise you might just die, right? I feel like if you put yourself on 15, you do avoid a Cold Blood and a Tinkers because you've seen them. But
well, then on turn 10 you drop Ice Block, Barrier, and you have still 4 points of mana, so you can use whatever.
Oh man, Xixo can actually kill a Doomsayer. I don't know if that's gonna feel very relevant to him, but he can.
Well, he has to pop the block with the Blade Flurry. That's what he has to do.
Yeah, that or...
He can't attack first into the face. Yeah.
You know what I find interesting is that he could Shadow Step either the minions, and it almost feels like Shadow Stepping the 1/1 is better than the Golem.
Interesting approach.
Yeah, because you do get the Divine Shield back, whereas the Golem does nothing.
Mm-hmm. See, look at the board now. It's the same as last turn, but you don't have Ice Block. That's why I would like the Alex Straza first.
No, you do have Ice Block.
No, you don't. You have Ice Barrier. Ice Block
he has to attack you. Okay. So would there have been a difference, ultimately? You would be dead.
You would? No. That was 8, 9, 10,
he could have double
11.
Blade Flurried. Yeah, he could have double Blade Flurried.
That's still not enough.
I don't know, a lot of damage was wasted on the Doomsayers.
4, 8, 9, 10, 11. That was 11 points of damage.
Yeah, 11 points. Well, Xixo gets the Tinker's Sharp Sword, very important card here to burst down the Mage. The Mage is possibly going to be... I mean, honestly, this is going to be so difficult.
How many points of damage is that? 5 plus 6.
Yeah, lethal over 2 turns. Well, Xixo's got to be top decking a little bit here. He's got to top deck 3 damage.
Well, Savjz used both Ice Blocks and both Ice Barriers.
He's gonna freeze his opponent's face with that Frostbolt.
So an Eviscerate or what else? Eviscerate or...
Well, he can't attack,
right?
Yeah, I think Eviscerate is the only real good top deck. SI7 would almost cut it. Yeah, I really feel like there are about 2 top decks. I mean, Arcane Golem would do it.
Well, you have to
Wolf Rider.
No.
I feel like you have to play to win and go face with that one.
Cold Blood is lethal.
What? Why did he Blood Mage at
the
end of the turn if he played Frostbolt first? What the hell?
I don't know, man.
Oh my god, this is lethal!
I didn't like that at all. He just lost because he didn't ping that 1/1.
What the? Whoa! What happened there?
I don't know.
Oh goodness!
That was a throw, I think.
He played Blood Mage. And he played Blood Mage after Frostbolt, and he didn't kill the 1/1. I'm actually astonished at this.
He will have 12, 20 points of damage next turn anyway, with double Fireball, 21 points of damage. And at I don't remember what was the exact health of the rogue.
Oh, 26, she was down to like
27. 27, so
she took H. She would have died.
No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't die. But so Savjz went for lethal without killing the 1/1. Well, he would have lethal anyway if he would just ping the 1/1 and go face for the 8.
I feel like because he played Loot Hoarder and Blood Mage, but he played Blood Mage at the end of the turn, where he could have played it before Frostbolt and pinged the 1/1 instead of playing Loot Hoarder first and wanting to develop the spell damage. So I just feel like the lineup that he took, the line of play that he took, seemed to have shifted sometime during the middle of the turn, and that is not very typical of Savjz. He tends to plan his turns very, very far ahead. So that seemed like a bit of a kind of a shot in the dark, and that's not very common of him. So he's going to be replaying his mage, and Xixo is going to have to move on to either hunter or warrior. But against Freeze Mage, he could play warrior and do very well. But he opts for the hunter.
Yeah. Well, hunter is also good.
Still amazing. I mean, Freeze Mage is getting hard countered by Xixo's lineup right now. Aggro rogue, aggro hunter, and a warrior. That seems very difficult.
So Xixo kind of outplayed Savjz during the deck building process.
Yeah, that's possible. It's one of the things in Conquest that a lot of people need to pay very heavy amounts of attention to, because the easiest way to lose is to be predictable in the way you're going to play. In Conquest format, you can be exploited very easily.
Mm-hmm.
More so than Last Hero Standing, I would say sometimes.
True. Well, maybe there will be Chasm Mystic or Flares in the Hunter deck.
Well, if he does have the Flare, I mean, if he's got Kazan Mystic, he can handle mages very easily. Face Hunter doesn't even need it, though.
You have to explain me, what's the idea behind using Freezing Trap in Face Hunters? I don't get it. That's the second week in a row when we see that.
The mirror match?
Nah, I still don't get it.
Keeping stuff on the board when the opponent tries to get it out to counter your stuff and 4-for-1 you with 1 minion because your stuff is so weak. I mean, I'm guessing it's got to do with something like this. It just feels a little off.
I just don't like it. I don't know. I would rather put more pressure in the deck than rely on a card that is basically delaying your damage and maybe delaying your opponent. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, still no indication that it is going to be the uber aggressive hunter.
That was so German of you.
Uber aggression.
So turn 3 pink, which is not great at all.
It's got to feel a little slow, right? Oh man, the Xixo can just back some more aggression. Don't you prefer Glaivezuka Worgen?
Yeah. That's what I wanted to say. You have more weapons in your deck, I assume. So you just want to drop those as soon as possible.
Well, he goes for the massive recurring damage minions on the board. Can't fault him. Just
it feels you are greatly playing into a turn 4 from turn 8 because there's many possibilities to fill 2 points of mana with the ping.
I think the rationale was I play Wolf Rider now on turn 3, and then I get to play 2-drop plus Glaivezuka or
but
Hero
he
Power
didn't
plus
have
Glaive
it.
for curving. No, but it's like he could have weaved in a Hero Power, whereas on turn 3 he couldn't have weaved it in. That's the only difference, is he gets a minion and...
Well, okay, maybe you're right. Okay,
yeah.
Never mind.
It's a tiny difference, but I think that's what he was going for here. Man, Xixo just vomiting that hand on the board. I bet he can't wait for...
Will he vomit the second Vorgon? On turn 5, so 6, right?
He doesn't have to. He can just put pressure with this board because the mage has to clear it anyway. But I bet he can't wait for quick shot.
Savjz has to draw a Alexstrasza as soon as possible.
Oh, this is gonna be good. That's actually really good here for Savjz.
Yeah, but he has to draw the Alexstrasza, like that's his win condition, to raise the hunter. That's the one skill command.
That's a pretty functional card.
So, hero power pass?
I think so. I mean, I don't think you're doing anything else. If you play a minion, you might give him a card draw, which snowballs out of control, because then it eats your explosive trap, and then he gets a probable board wipe on what you've got here. Well, he drops the Worgen, and Savjz is going to capitalize on that with a good explosive sheep. Attack the explosive trap, and then sheep everything up. Do you even trigger the trap, though? Like, that's the question. Do you trigger explosive trap? I feel like he could have done it.
Well, maybe not. It's basically adding 2 points of damage to your face. So maybe you want to avoid that for as long as possible. And you also avoid Xixo playing the second explosive trap from the hand.
If he's got a second one, he doesn't get to develop it. Well, There's a lot of damage in Savjz's hand here. Frostbolt, Ice Lance. He's got a Blood Mage for the Fireball possible play. You know what? Savjz could be counting his damage up here, seeing how much he's got. He's got 7, 19. He's got 29, actually, over a few turns. If he just goes for the next turn Blood Mage. Wait, Blood Mage, Frostbolt, Ice Lance. That was 9 this turn. Into double Fireball next turn, into Pyroblast. That would have been lethal, wouldn't it?
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it would have been. Well, I was gonna play it a bit slowly. He's got the safety of the Ice Block at the very least for now, so now he's gonna go for the damage output line of play, while being very safe in case of burst damage incoming.
Second Ice Block, oh wow. Now this is huge.
Yeah, this is actually really big, and now, I mean, Xixo can't attack with that Frostbolt Ice Lance. Like, Rexar is frozen in place, and there's nothing he can do.
So he's dead next turn.
Yeah, Kazan Mystic or Rip, and even then... Yep, this is gonna be game. Xixo probably knows it too.
That's really awesome that the Freeze Mage won against Hunter.
I think the Explosive Sheep was super clutch.
Yeah,
Blizzard would have worked, but not nearly as well, I think, in this position. Explosive Sheep was much better because it was, you know, a bit cheaper and you got 2 card draws from the Acolyte. Oh, man. Well... This is the end.
Sure it is.
So close to that Ice Block pop. But not quite on it, and Savjz is gonna go for the Pyroblast for insta-kill with Blood Mage. And down goes the Hunter.
11 points of damage.
Feels like I'm playing Vanilla WoW. You know, Presence of Mind, Pyroblast, and you die instantly. That was pretty cool. Alright, well, there's going to be a win from Savjz's Mage, which means they're both going to be up 1-1, equalizing the series. Savjz has Priest and Warrior left versus Xixo with his Hunter and his Warrior.
So Xixo will now turn to his...
I've got to give the edge to Savjz here, because Priest and Warrior left against the face Hunter. That's pretty solid. Priest and Warrior against Hunter, that feels like a pretty good remaining lineup if you're facing up against that.
And you just like escaped with the mage from under the knife, because there was the warrior looming against your freeze mage. So Savjz, I thought that Xixo would just not assume that Savjz will be going again with the freeze mage, so that's why he didn't pick the warrior. I assume, at least.
Yeah, probably. But then again, I mean, is it like I can't see... Is Xixo's Warrior so weak to Priest that he decided to play Hunter instead? Because Warrior is basically an auto-win against Freeze Mage, unless the Mage gets, you know, the perfect Antonidas lineup, right?
Yeah.
Like, that is the only time when that happens. So it feels like that would have been a great pick from Xixo, but he went with Hunter and got awkwardly punished. I feel like his matchup was a lot better than it got shown. But we're going to be seeing Hunter versus Priest here in a moment. Xixo playing Hunter versus Savjz's Priest. That's going to be tough. That's going to be really tough.
It really depends on the Priest build also.
It does. It really does, yeah.
Sometimes you even want to play Hunter into a Priest. When the Priest is not packing like huge amount of healing and plays Alkanai Soul Priest. Because you don't want to drop the Alkanai Soul Priest against a Hunter most of the time. Then you just deny yourself the possibility of healing, and that's something you want to do almost every single turn.
Yeah. You need to be able to get that early board though. So I wonder if with BRM we'll be seeing a lot more of those Tempo Priest decks, you know, the old Death Rattle approach. That could be kind of nice, where you can actually contest the board. You know what I want to see? I want to see a deck that plays Twilight Whelp and the Zombie Chow. I want to see a deck that plays those 2 1-drops and gets infinite 2/3s on the board early.
How does that deck win?
I need to play dragons,
like
right?
One explosive
you thought steal Dragon Consort.
Unleash the Hounds and you lose.
Well, Xixo's hand is not too bad, but it doesn't... You know what? This hand doesn't look like a face hunter. I can't tell from this hand that it is a face hunter.
It can be both. Mid-range hunter.
Yeah.
or Face
Exactly.
Hunter, but he played it already, so...
Yeah, I know, but like from looking at this hand, you wouldn't be able to tell that it's trying to be aggressive. You're like, well, I guess it's slow.
Well, the Shrinkmeister is a great top deck, I would say. Because you can trade for the Creeper and your your Zombie Chow is still not contested by those two 1-1s.
By those two 1-1s, yeah.
It's the-
You're more than safe here.
Yeah, that's really funny.
Let's get physical. Oh, and look at that Velen's chosen. Oh,
No way. You play it right now,
Oh.
right?
I
Can
think
you play it
so.
on
I
the
mean,
Zombie Chow, I assume?
honestly, it doesn't really matter. I feel like you want to buff the health of that that Shrinkmeister. Yeah,
So then you kill
like
the 1-1 with your Zombie Chow,
that. Yeah.
and you go phase for 5 points of damage? That's really weird.
What's weird is that Hunter's Mark would wreck you.
What about just Thought Steal this turn
Nah.
and
No.
kill two 1-1s?
Really? Okay, I guess there would have been a good option there because he could have played Mats, but you're so weak to a good animal companion at that point if he trades into one of your guys with a mad scientist.
Well, he trades into one of the guys, the second one is still alive.
Yeah, you're getting +4 health, so I guess you can trade with a Misha at worst.
Yeah. So even a Misha,
Oh my
with
god,
Velen's
look
chosen,
at this board.
Velen's chosen on Zombie Chow and you kill the Misha. Right? And now Freezing Trap has some value. No, that's the answer for my previous question. Why does a Freezing
Why does a freezing trap? Yeah, that's probably it. I mean, it actually denies the ability for the priest at this point to get what he wants out of that 5/6. Savjz is not going to play into that freezing trap. I mean, there's no way.
Sure.
I mean, you need that spell damage at some point, perhaps.
Well, he can still think that it's a Snake Trap.
Would he play it now?
Oh.
Disaster detected.
Savjz Fellfish.
An explosive trap trigger is doing nothing. You know what, though? I like
That's
this
not
line
bad.
of play just because the bow is not out, and that way you're not feeding him anything. You know what? We're complaining about it, but it's fine. It is so fine. 2 traps gone with 1 attack. I don't think it gets much better than that.
And Amisha, that's the best drop you could have gotten in this situation.
Heal bot.
That's nice.
SM Orc. No problem. Got a heal bot. I think the good thing about freezing is that it's unexpected in general. If anything... Uh-oh. Oh, wow. 2 options. Actually, wait. This is great. Glaivezuka could be good either way. Because if you Glaivezuka and it buffs a 2-1, you can use kill command on the 5-3, kill with Glaivezuka, then trade into a 3-2. So I think no matter what happens here, you're happy. You've got a pretty perfect line of play.
Well, you trade... well, never mind. Now it's different.
Yeah, it is very different. Well, yeah, it is quite different. But either way, the 5
I would
damage is
just
going to have
play
to be wasted.
What if you played the Glaivezuka first? See the outcomes. You would have traded the Misha into the Belcher.
That's what I thought he was going to do, but he decided to take another line of play. I think he wants to pack damage and not make himself vulnerable to... Oh my god!
Okay. Never mind.
Wow, this feels like the swipe that we saw from Show earlier.
Yeah. Wouldn't you False Steal?
I don't know.
Instead
No,
of
you heal
heal?
yourself. No, just heal yourself. This is Face Hunter, man. Like, you're getting to the 7 mana range
Oh, wow.
where they can burst you down for about 25,000. You got to be a little
is-
careful.
Savjz's reaction was kinda graphic to that Huffer.
Yeah, I think you puke in your mouth a little bit and the world can see it. Now, Holy Nova or bust, and that's no Nova. You're gonna have to heal bot. And you know what would be great, though? Thought Steal and Explosive Trap.
Glaivezuka. Oh, Unleash the Hounds.
Whoa,
Well,
that
is one.
works. That
And-
works.
Yeah. Whoa, exactly. And you still keep one.
Yeah, you get to keep a hound. Oh man, you've got to
it
be
good, though?
scared. You're
Now-
scared of what's coming out. You're
now
really
Xixo-
scared.
Oh.
3, 4, 5. You're on the verge of dying. Xixo's smelling blood here, but he's gonna be disappointed because there's an NT kill bot.
That one hound is actually allowing Xixo to get more damage.
I think you light bomb here to get rid of your hound, right? It's a great play.
Great play. Great play.
Great play, great play. Alright, so let's see what's found here.
Holy fire. Oh my.
The double juggle unleash. Dark bomb's gonna be good at the very least. We have to give him that. That dark bomb is gonna be pretty solid.
I mean, light bomb.
Yeah, light bomb, sorry, I keep forgetting. It's killing stuff. I don't know why it's called light bomb. Well, that's less damage to the face than Xixo would have liked, I can tell you that much.
Still, it's almost dead. I mean,
wow, no, light bomb heal is MVP here. The question is whether or not you play Powder Shredder instead of healing, because ultimately you need to win the game eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if Savjz is running Holy Fire here.
It's been seen.
That's the worst drop ever.
It does give a trap. You can Cabal Shadow it, though.
Owl will be even worse. Never mind.
Hoot hoot.
Yeah. That's looking great for Savjz now. There's only one card being drawn, unless there's a quick shot.
Oh my god!
Uh-oh.
There's lethal next turn if he doesn't find something. Wait, does he win now? 4, 8, 9, 10. This is gonna be the turn that matters most.
Abusive Sergeant? No.
Okay, wait, he needs to buff his Shredder and Shadow Word Death It and hope for a taunt. This is all you've got. This is all you've got, Savjz.
This is happening.
This needs to happen for Savjz to win the game, otherwise the game is over. And he's going to try. And this is going to be a Frostwolf Grunt. And
no way!
Oh my goodness, Savjz gets one of the few Annoyotron, Frostwolf Grunt, Anodized Robobot, and Unstable Ghoul being the only 4 targets coming out of the Shredder. 4 possible taunts out of that Shredder. That was a sick finish, and it was a really sweet and very quick spot by Savjz, seeing, you know what, I've got to try this is my only hope, and it worked out. 4 possible outcomes: Anodized Robobot, Frostwolf Grunt, Annoyotron, and the Ghoul. That was very tense. That was that bow top deck for Xixo, and then he was this close to getting it.
Wow. So
this is when you want to play King Crush.
When I asked you about the Thought Steal, that one heal gave him the win because he was at 2 points blind.
You need to heal up when you sometimes Thought Steal, especially against Hunters, it feels very clunky. There are very few turns that you get to weave it in very easily, and you know that healing is going to be relevant a lot of the time because usually it comes down to those tiny edges. A lot of the time, you remember the old Zoo decks. Sometimes you stopped them straight up, but when you didn't, you could still win, but you finished the game and stabilized when you were on 6, 7 health. And this is kind of how Face Hunter feels when you're playing Priest nowadays.
Mm-hmm. True. Well, and interesting game, and very exciting.
Definitely. So it's going to be it's going to be a Warrior versus Warrior next. Well, I mean, it has to be because Savjz is going to be going to his third deck, Warrior. We're about to sleep some Residents, and I mean, if Savjz wins this, he's going to be going 3-1, so he's going to be getting his win for the match, but...
Excuse me, I was already sleeping.
It's fine, I don't blame you. You want to go to bed? I'll hit you up when we're halfway through the game. It's what, 2:44 p.m. here. I'll hit you up when it's like 4. Just, so we can see the end of the game, or at least the second half.
Okay,
you can go, no problem.
Wow, Antique Healbot.
Fatigue, Warrior, incoming.
It's just tweaked against Hunters.
And Alex Strada.
Yeah.
Well, that's a pretty good hand for Savjz. I saw all his early game, the card draw possibilities for Xixo. Unfortunately, there's no such card draw for Savjz. No Acolyte of Pain. Let the pain speak to me.
The Armor Smith is still a good play. Double Armor Smith. Now that's important. You can stack the armor from the start of the game.
Yep.
Never mind.
The biggest possible shield slams ever.
What I don't like is to play the Acolyte of Pain in the mirror meshes without any kind of trigger.
Immediately,
yeah. It feels like the Warrior wins, which has more cards most of the time.
In the mirror match, that's the case, definitely.
Yeah, and when you trade your Acolyte of Pain just for a cycle, too bad.
And look at that, like Xixo's axe traded 1-for-1 with Armorsmith, where Savjz's axe is getting an Acolyte of Pain and something else.
Yeah, there's something else was really important.
And the coin bomb lobber is going to be a perfect kill here if he opts for that.
What about just Piloted Shredder?
It seems to be wanting to get played. It hovered in the air there for a few seconds, like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
Never mind that play. He's really bad. Well,
that's still not bad.
No, it's pretty solid.
Yeah.
It's armor. What do you expect? Ooh. Blackrock Mountain came out, boys. BRM is out.
Is the butterfly... Wait, what was the name?
The Battlefly?
What's the name of the Drake? The fruit too.
The Fairy Dragon.
Fairy Dragon, yeah, right.
Oh, the Battlefly. Oh my god, is that a translation from another language?
Yeah, I thought so.
Be.
Well, never mind. Is it a dragon in the World of Warcraft lore too? Like
no, it's not, actually, from what I recall. I think it's classified as one, but if you look at some specific bits of lore, Fairy Dragon is not actually a dragon. It's like a fake creature, rather, in most... It's like a sprite, a little fairy thing, rather than a dragon. But yeah, it is from the Emerald Dream, like Ysera, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's considered something of a dragon. Dr. Six, boys!
But you don't want to play it now, because there's a Death Spite open. So you just drop the Armorsmith, I think. Armorsmith and Taskmaster? No, you want to keep the Taskmaster. So you just drop the Armorsmith, attack for face with the weapon, and drop the second weapon.
Do you? Play a
or
second?
you maybe just play Belcher.
Yeah,
and
I like Belcher Armorsmith, maybe. That way you get like infinite armor from the
that's also good.
Winax.
But then you play into Brawl next turn, because you want to play the Dr. Boom on Dr. 7.
Right.
And you have 5 creatures on board. That's nothing you want to do against the second warrior, I think.
Right, so he can opt to play it a bit slower, honestly, and I wouldn't fault him for that. The problem in this position is that both players are having to top deck, which means they have pretty good follow-ups, but it's all going to come down to what the players get in the next 3 turns from the top, because these boards and these hands go pretty much face-to-face in a very effective manner.
Oh, there's the Brawl.
Yeah, look at that Baron Geddon value, though. Pretty good.
What's the answer? Taskmaster execute?
I think so.
You want to keep the armor for the shield slams, right?
Ideally, yes. Both players with a brawl here. You want to keep the armor for what else? Let's ask. Oh. Wait, what?
What the what the hell?
I'm not sure. What?
That's weird, right?
Actually, it's not that bad because it forces a trade from Barrigan to Boom, and you're left with 3 1/1s. Kind of like it's a ghetto muster for battle at this point.
What about attacking phase and brawling? You won't get a bigger brawl than that. And
No,
most
I
of
don't
the
think
time you won't do a 50-50 with 2 big creatures.
And if, I guess, the worst outcome happens, you still have Fiery War Axe execute, and you have Shield Maidens to heal you up if everything goes wrong. So yeah, I think that's a line of play you could consider. Although you are weak to Ragnaros if the Boom Boss hit hard, then you lose the Brawl. But I don't dislike it. It'll come down to what Xixo thinks is optimal here.
By the way, I wonder how many words Xixo has to write in that essay he's writing there.
I have a 32-word essay to give tomorrow, and I don't have time. I'm sitting here casting a game. I don't know how I'll be able to do that 30-word essay, man.
Yeah. Xixo has like 50.
Well, he's gonna go for the value play with 1 execute and let Baron get the most value he can out of this board.
And die to
fault
the
him
bombs.
for that, but what if the bombs hit?
Well, what about 8 damage to the face?
That would be a Ragnaros kill, a Grom kill.
1 and 2 and...
This is pretty much
Never mind.
perfect, right?
Well, that's still Shield Slam. You go face with the Fairy Warx.
I don't know about that. You could just kill Baron, I mean... Well, he's going on the offensive, trying to find that... Either Ragnaros or Grom Hellscream.
Oh, he didn't kill it!
He lets the Baron get and deal damage to Xixo. That's a bit awkward, but now you just Alex Strauss at the opponent's face? Or are you afraid of getting killed right away? Yeah, he's afraid of getting killed. He's trying to set up... Next turn he's got lethal, I think. If Savjz doesn't armor up. Yeah, he's got... Even with armor up, he's got lethal next turn with Alex, so... Savjz
That's
needs
nice.
to... Oh, wow. He finds the Harrison Jones to counter the weapon that would have given lethal to Xixo.
Shield? Oh, no way! So you can now clear the board. So you
Completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, just armor up and execute that thing.
Why not
Shield Slam? Do you need the shield block now? I guess you could.
Well,
I guess you could.
You want to get the kill next turn. If you would just shield block this turn, you could have top decked Gromesh and then kill with the Taskmaster.
I think Savjz doesn't know how close he was to dying. He was very, very close. There was a huge amount of damage on the board.
Now he has to double armor up. Shield block and hero power.
It's perfect, in fact. Oh, wow.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool. It's only nice because it's a 5/5. It's not even because it has a.
But
really
you can't
sick
play it
effect
this turn. You just play Death Spite and go face.
Yep.
Still 9 points of damage. That's kinda pressuring Xixo.
Yeah, who just used Alex Strauza, which was his big heal. Unless
He still
comes
has
out
one
with a
shield
heal bar.
maiden and the shield block, which I didn't really caught last turn. Okay, so
Dr. Boom.
what about Shield Slam? Oh god, Shield's Maiden.
It dies to... Oh man, you're so afraid of Grom Hellscream though here in Xixo's position. I say Dr. Boom because I know it's not in Savjz's hand, but I really can't say that just playing it a bit slower is probably the best line of play, assuming you don't know what your opponent's holding, and he would have died. Wow. What a sick catch. He still can win though, no? Attack with Death's Bite, attack in the slime, and then Gromash Cruel Task. No, he can't win yet. It's close enough.
Win yet, but I think you just drop low tip. You kill the Belcher, kill the little slime, drop low tip, armor up, and that's it.
It's so tempting to drop Gromash here before your opponent gets the board initiative, but you would throw the game in this case because there is a BGH Dr. Boom immediate counterplay.
You have to keep the Gromash in those mirror matches to just win the game, to finish it off.
Yep, exactly. And I think this is the biggest game swinger, I guess, we've seen is when a warrior plays a Gromash for non-lethal, they tend to lose the game.
Yeah.
It's something I've noticed very often, and I'm not the only one, is if Gromash is played and it's not a kill, then it's generally a really bad spot.
True.
Savjz has a little smirk on his face. But that's his kind of unusual face. With a little smile. That sounded way too soft. I love Savjz's little smile. Goodness.
No.
I'm on the internet. I shouldn't say stuff like this, right? Lothar, you need to stop me when I go on tangents like this. Alright, so we're going to see Grom Hellscream. He's going to be one off lethal, right?
22 points of damage.
Is quite away from lethal, but close enough that you want to go full face. The brawl with execute.
Well,
you know what? Xixo could win this.
Yeah, I know.
Xixo could totally win this.
So you go face and then you.
Actually,
brawl.
wait. You trade with Lothar. You BGH Grom and you execute the 5/2.
Yeah,
that's it. You don't even have to brawl.
That's better.
Wow. Whoa.
He goes
brawl
for
is too tempting.
Well, he goes for brawl. So that's not bad either. But then you have to use the Taskmaster for execute.
Yeah. Or you don't care. Okay, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
do you still do it? You might as well, right?
Well, you're dead to the one death spite that's remaining for Savjz, right? There was one death spite left, I think.
Yeah.
Two weapons already played from the. I mean, the two Fiery War Axes were played already.
Oh man, look at this. This is so close. There's a possibility.
Oh no, a 5/4 Belcher.
Well, that's enough for lethal next turn, though. If Savjz... Oh my god, he's able to kill the Belcher. Are you kidding me?
No way.
I cannot believe this. Xixo is able to stick in this game with that second cool task. And now Savjz is looking at the win, and it feels like he's slipping further and further away.
He has to draw...
Not that. I think...
well, you do attack phase and hero power and pass.
I think you want to get a really good minion out of that brawl. You can't just brawl those 2 health minions.
Well, you have not activated for the execute. It's a dead card.
For the time being, at the very least. And he goes for the brawl.
Okay, that's...
Can smell the punishment. So I wonder if a Cruel Taskmaster will live.
Yeah, it does.
Of course, there's like 3 of them.
And you can play execute on it.
Whoa, Gore Hal for lethal.
Whoa, man.
Gore Hal for lethal. What if Savjz top decks Gore Hal and wins? Like 7 damage to the face.
Back-to-back Gore Halls.
Oh man.
Where went into execute? No way that this happened. No way.
Oh,
that was the best card he could have gotten.
Oh, goody. I can't actually believe this. This makes no sense. I just don't... I cannot understand what's happening. What?
Oh, no. Wow.
And I thought
No
Xixo
way.
had this. Savjz, you know what?
The top decks are insane. And it kills the... Never mind.
It kills the Armorsmith. So I guess you play Harrison Jones and you pass. You hope it hits your face. No, you don't. Do you hope it hits your face? I guess yes, because you need that minion to live.
I think you do.
But the question is, how do you... Do you even play Harrison Jones?
Why not?
I don't know.
This is like a dead turn.
Yeah, I think Savjz has the perfect lead here. As I said earlier, wow.
That's a huge Shields Maiden. Dude, what was the name of the tutorial King Mukla's helper?
I don't know. This is the big brother or whatever.
Yeah, but you remember how huge was it, right?
Yeah, the 10-10.
Yeah.
That's how big it was. All right, well, that's going to be game 4, Savjz, which I think means he's got the entire match done. He wins.
Wow.
He won with his priest, he won with his warrior, and he won with his mage. Very control-heavy lineup for Savjz, and this is the first time, I think, where it really pays off. We've seen Savjz bring control-heavy lineups and get punished very severely, but not this time around.
Yeah, well, but let's be serious about this game. That was just a top deck fest.
But that's what I said early. Like, you know, I saw them both players with 4 cards, 5 cards, no Acolytes of Pain inside. And I just said, you know, this is going to come down to who top decks the best, basically. And it took a little while to get there, but then it just came down to that. And Savjz got the Ragnaros at the end. Actually, wait, no. There was a there was a second cool task into a Whirlwind with the Execute, into a Gorehal, into a Ragnaros. So that was a really intense back and forth top deck war. But ultimately, it really did come down to whoever was going to get the best draws.
Yeah, that's true. Well, entertaining match though.
Yeah, definitely. So that's going to be the match. Savjz versus Xixo. We're going to have another match coming right up after this. It's going to be RDU versus Orange. RDU currently 1-3 in KPL, and Orange is 0-4.
Yeah.
With the worst possible score at this point, and he's got to feel like he's on the brink. He's got to get nearly a perfect score to actually stay in the event for Season 2, so he's going to do his best to come back up. RDU probably also feeling the heat, but maybe not as much. That being said, guys, we'll be back for a 10-minute break, and after that point, we'll be casting the game. Don't go anywhere.
Peggy 18.
The city is in chaos. We must turn the tide.
Hear the wind calling me to leave this place. Yet here we are standing ground face to face. The time has come to show and prove for being one. With all you thought you knew coming undone. Is that you reaching or you wanting to run? Stand down or show down, baby, let's get this done. You looking at me looking at you. I never thought we could be pistols at dawn. I'd rather die tonight.
We may be different,
If I have to,
with different skills,
why would you ever think
but when the world is darkest, we fight for the same cause.
you looking at me looking at you. We could have had
For we are stronger as a brotherhood,
our own.
together.
I never